Hey guys, Ryou here, or OriginalRyou, I keep thinking of my gaming channel, and this is episode 2 of my review and opinion show for Big Brother 12. Now I know it's been a while, but I really don't have a set schedule on when I release episodes and all that, or upload them. I'm going to try to do it where I do it after every eviction and reviewing of the head of household, unless it's a stamina and endurance type competition, which obviously then I'd have to wait till Sunday to know who the HOH is. But today we are going to be covering the very first eviction and the reviewing of the Saboteur, and the entire second week from Rachel becoming the new head of household to all the stuff in between, up until the next eviction and the start of the third HOH competition. So we do have a lot to get covered, so let's get started. The very first episode we're going to cover is the live eviction between Annie and Rachel. Now, we found out around halfway through the episode that Annie is the Saboteur, and I was like, I was thrown into a 360 because my exact words was that it's so mad random. I mean, Annie the Saboteur, I would have thought Monet would have been the Saboteur. I didn't think Monet was the Saboteur, but she would have been a more likely suspect for me as opposed to Annie because, I don't know, I just never suspected Annie. I mean, she just seemed like a straightforward person trying to play the game, but I guess, well, it's CBS's choice. I would have picked somebody smarter because she didn't really do a good job hooking up with people that she knew were on the outs with the rest of the house, which ended up being her demise, and she got nominated for eviction. So, bad move on Annie on her part. She should have kept her distance, and she probably would have been safe and had a better chance to get into week 5. Now, what I mean is, if the Saboteur, Annie, can make it all the way to the midway point of the game without being evicted, she gets $50,000. Now, that's a big deal because second place, runner-up in the Big Brother house, gets 50 grand. So it's like you're playing for runner-up, but you only get halfway through the game. It's much, well, on paper it might seem much easier, but considering all the stuff CBS and America would probably want her to do, she probably would have shot herself in the foot sooner or later. So in the end, she got evicted, a unanimous 10-0 vote, which probably surprised a lot of my viewers because what's the point of unanimous votes so early? I can kind of understand why. As I said, I knew she had at least 5 votes to be evicted. Brendan, the members of the brigade, that's 4. Brittany, I think. I can't remember, it's been a while. But that's essentially it. Annie was the Saboteur. She was the one doing all the stuff like locking them from the storage room where all the food is, so they had to be stuck on slop for a while. And at the second HOH competition, it was kind of like a majority says thing, which is pretty common in every Big Brother season. I mean, I remember in Big Brother 10, Big Brother 11, Big Brother 8, I remember that majority rules or minority rules was always in the game as an HOH competition, so I wasn't surprised, but they're taking a lot of past competitions and just changing them around a little, changing the looks of them just to make it look kind of new. I kind of wish it would come up with some new competitions, new styles, new ideas, but it is what it is. So, surprisingly, Brittany, Monet, and Rachel were the final 3 to not mess up any questions and made it all the way to a tiebreaker. Rachel, I can sort of guess because she's a social butterfly. Monet, I didn't expect would get to the final 3 in terms of the challenge, and Brittany, I didn't see that coming. I would have expected it. Sorry, I still can't speak English. From Brendan or even somebody like Hayden, who seems to be getting along with the women rather well, especially Kristen, and I'll go on about that in a second. Let's see how much time I got left. Oh, 5 minutes. Not bad. So, Rachel ends up winning head of household, turning the pair that was always on the outs with the house. Oh crap. Hold on guys, hold on. Low battery on my laptop. I'm preparing to upload stuff. I know this is the last thing you guys want to see, a blank screen, but it is what it is, and I do have another channel to tend to, so I hope you guys understand. Back to where we were getting at, Rachel wins. Rachel and Brendan have always been on the outs with the house, and now they're in power. And people recognize the situation as not only Rachel being head of household, but Brendan as well, because he's probably going to have a big hand in who gets nominated. The first time Rachel won, I was thinking Hayden is for sure going up. Payback's a bitch, Karma's a bitch, and he was going to get it bad that episode. But he ends up being quite the persuasive talker, which changes my opinion on him once again, because he actually shifted her attention from him and members of the brigade, who Rachel was also considering putting up, to people like Brittany and Monet. And Rachel's sole plan is to make sure that she uses her power not for revenge and spite, but for getting her and Brendan farther. Of course, I get a bit annoyed, just like the rest of you, that she uses Brendan in almost every other sentence, but... So she ends up talking to a lot of the other house guests. They have different ideas on who should go up, and she comes up with different ideas on who should go up. Matt, for instance, had this strategy of showing a lot of paranoia in terms of nominations, which is weird because he would have been the last person on her mind. So standing out like a sore thumb, acting all paranoid and stuff, it makes them it makes them have a reason to be paranoid about him, because he's acting very strange. What does he have to worry about unless he has something to hide or he's up to something? That's really strange. So Matt was definitely at risk. Also at risk were like the floaters and Brittany and Monet, obviously, because Brittany and Monet do not like Rachel one bit, and it's become evident the way they talk about her behind her back. Also, I want to make a comment that Monet made comments about never talking about Rachel behind her back or never talking smack about her. She contradicted herself about 5 or 6 times in that entire week, so it was kind of annoying, actually, and it made me hate Monet more. Brittany, I actually am starting to like, despite her kind of snobby attitude, because she is real. I mean, Brittany's persona is very real, and she's really playing the game. And at first I made a comparison between her and April from Big Brother 10, but Big Brother 10, April was so fake. I mean, you could see through her guys easily. I mean, I hated April, and I thought I was going to hate Brittany too, but she's hot, she's smart, she knows how to play the game, she knows exactly what she needs to do, and I really hope she lasts a while longer, because I would like to see how she does with Monet out of the house. And yes, I just spoiled you. Monet was evicted week 2, but obviously I was going to get to that in a later part. I just chose to now. We're still on the 2nd episode. I think we're out of time for... Yeah. We are out of time for the first part of this episode. Next part, we're going to further discuss Rachel's reign as HOH, kind of her opinions on different people, as well as people's opinions on her. And then we will go over, like, the veto competition, what happens after a certain somebody wins it. So, I'm OriginalRyou, and I will see you guys with the next part. See you guys. Oops, I didn't turn it off.